Good morning to you. And today we are going to look at another story in the storytelling series that we have in the AASHA Infinite curriculum. If you remember, the last time we had looked at the story of the stone soup. Today we are going to look at another story, that of the Little Red Hen. Now, if you look at your handbook, there are two sections where you will find guidelines to storytelling. The first section is where you have the generic guidelines, which gives an overview of what are the things that you could keep in mind while telling a story to children. Now, the second section, which is adjoining, which is along with the story itself, gives specific guidelines. So I'm going to try to stick to the specific guidelines in this storytelling, just to give you confidence that they actually help. Of course, that said, I would like to specifically say that it is not necessary to stick to them, as they suggest they are guidelines. So if you come up with another idea, you come up with a different idea, something more interesting, you are always more than welcome to use it. Storytelling is very intuitive. You pick up on the moment that is there and then carry it forward as compared to theater. So even though I would say a lot of practice is required, it will definitely help. But you should keep alive the intuitiveness of storytelling when you're with children. So pick up from their energy, you give your energy to them, and then keep working on it. Now, as I said, today's story is a Little Red Hen. Now, this story is set in a farm. So, you could start the story by discussing about a farm. This story, you can tell the children that this story is not set in an Indian farm. This is in fact not an Indian story. So, what would they find in an Indian farm? If you have had the chance to be at a farm, or you have had the chance to grow up in a farm for whatever reason, now then you would know firsthand, or you may have read up something, or the children may have had the chance. So you could make it a sort of a lively discussion to, even before you start the story, to talk about what are the kind of animals you would find in an Indian farm versus what are the kind of animals that they're going to find in this story. Are they the same? Are they different? Do you find some other animals which are more prevalent? And what is the place of the animals in the farm? And you could go into domesticated animals and why the farmers have animals. So have a good lively discussion before you start the story, and then you can launch into the story. Once upon a time, there lived a little red hen on a farm. Now, the little red hen was a very hard-working hen. You know what is hard-working, right? Yeah, you're right. You do a lot of hard work when required. That's very true. Now, this hen was a very hard-working hen. When she wasn't busy laying eggs, she would go around the entire farm, keeping it neat and tidy. She would cluck, 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 cluck. She would go and pick up all the little grains here and there, put it into her little sack that she had with her, and then keep it nice. She would keep her nest nice and tidy, and so her barn. And the farmer really liked the little red hen. Now, this farm was a quite huge farm. There were a lot of other animals on the farm. There was a pig. Now, a pig is a very dirty animal. He liked to roll in the mud. He had a swampy mud right next to his pigsty, and he used to roll in it. Instead of taking a bath, his idea of bath was jumping into the mud. Have you heard of a mud bath? Oh yeah, the pig, that's what he used to do. Mud bath. And he used to come out more stinking than when he went in bath. And and then there was the cat. Now, the cat didn't really have much to do on the farm, but his job was to catch all the mice that used to eat away all the grain, and they used to destroy the farm plants and the sties and the barns and everything. The cat would do his job, but he did not care about anything else. If you asked him to do something, he would say, "Why me? Meow. That's not my job." Haven't you come across people like that? Who are not ready to do anything which is not their job. If you ask them to do, let's say, their job that day is to clean the blackboard. And if you tell them, "Hey, why don't you just pick this book and keep it in the shelf?" They will say, "That's not my job." I mean, I know, yeah. And the cat was exactly like that. And then there was this duck. He loved to have fun. Anytime he was free, which was almost all the time, he used to jump into the water and waddle, 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 waddle. Quack, 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 and go plop, 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 plop. Pish, pish. Splash, splash. He never wanted to come out of the water. Work? What do you mean work? You mean there is something called work? Really? Now that's funny. Work indeed. Wow. One day, let's go back to our little red hen. Little red hen was going cluck, 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 cluck. And she was cleaning up the entire floor when she found some grains of wheat. She thought, if I plant them in the soil, this will grow into a plant. And then I can get the wheat from the plant and I can powder it and make wonderful bread. It's so much hard work. And she got quite a bit of wheat, so much. So what do? Okay, let me ask my friends for help. Maybe they will help me. So she went cluck, 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 cluck. And whom do you think she met first? Yes, the pig. Who was like, and he was just getting ready to jump into the mud when the hen came cluck, cluck, cluck. Yeah! Little red hen was all muddy. Pig, my dear pig, said the little red hen. What? Said the pig. Will you help me plant these seeds into the mud? Not I, said the pig. Huh? What? Okay, never mind. Let me go and ask the cat. So the little red hen went cluck, 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 the way to the cat. He was having a cat nap. And he looked up with one eye when the hen came. This hen, she's always coming up with some work or other. Do this work, that work. Oh, yeah. Let me pretend as if I'm sleeping. And sure enough, the little red hen came up to the cat and said, "My dear cat, will you help me plant these seeds? And when it grows up..." "Oh, little red hen, I'm just taking a nap. Meow. I'll come and help you after I wake up." Okay, said the little red hen. Fine. Let me go and ask the duck. And so she went clucking, 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 clucking all the way to the pond where the duck was splashing, 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 splashing in the water and having so much fun. And the little red hen asked the duck, what do you think she asked the duck? Yeah, will you help me plant the seeds? And the duck, seeds? What seeds? So much fun. You should also come in the water with me. What? You want me to help you plant the seeds? Okay. Not I. But, said the little red hen, Nobody's helping me. Oh, said the duck, okay, don't be such a complaining all the time. Nobody's helping me, nobody's doing that, nobody's. Wait, I'll finish taking my bath and then I will come out and then I will help you. Ah, said the little red hen, never mind, I'll do it all by myself. So she found a nice spot and she sowed the seeds. How do you plant the seeds? You have to dig a little bit and then put the seeds, and cover them up with the soil, right? And then sprinkle some water. Yeah, and he watered it every day. And soon enough, a very nice wheat plant grew right there, and the wheat was ready for harvest. Well, you do know what is harvest, right? Yes, harvest is the time when you pick out all the wheat from the plant so that you can use them. And it's a lot of hard work. So the little red hen went all the way to the dirty pig was like, my dear pig, said the little red hen, can you help me get all the wheat and take it to the mill so that I can powder them? Not I, said the pig. Oh, fine, I will do it all by myself, said the little red hen. But she said, let me check with the cat. Maybe the cat will help me this time. So she went to the cat. What was she doing? Sleeping. Meow. My dear cat, will you help me harvest the seeds and get them ground in the mill? Not I, said the cat. Okay, fine, said the little red hen. And she went to ask the duck. And what is the duck doing? Splashing away and having so much fun. So the little red hen went to the duck and asked the duck, my dear duck, will you please help me harvest the seeds, harvest the wheat and get it ground in the mill? Oh, not I, said the duck. Not now, at least. I'm busy. I'm very busy. Okay, fine, said the little red hen. I will do it all by myself. And she did. And once she got the floor, it was a golden color and so nice. Said the little red hen, cluck, 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 cluck. I would love to bake bread from this, but it's so much work. Let me ask my friends if they will help. So whom did she go to first? The pig. Yes, the pig, who was playing in the dirt. She went up to the pig and asked the pig, my dear pig, will you help me? Will you help me to bake the bread? Not I, the pig. Said the hen, I never expected him to help. He never helps me. But let me at least ask the cat again. So she went all the way to the cat. And the cat, what was the cat doing? Yes, you're right. Sleeping happily. Meow, said the cat, opening one eye and looking at the little red hen. My dear cat, will you help me bake the bread? Not I, said the cat. They never help me. It's okay. Cluck, cluck. Let me ask the duck. So the little red hen went all the way to the pond where the duck was. My dear duck, said the little red hen, will you help me? Quack, 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 said the duck. Wait. I'm very busy. I'm trying to splash the water and make it go up and down. It's so much fun. Anyway, not I. Nobody wanted to help the little red hen. What did they say? Not I. So then the little red hen said, fine, I will do it all by myself. And she baked the golden bread, and soon the entire farm was filled with the smell of freshly baked bread. Yeah, have you been near a bakery at any time? Doesn't it have a wonderful smell? The smell of cookies, the smell of bread. Yeah, I'm sure it's making you hungry. And sure enough, so did it make the pig, the cat, and the duck. Very hungry. The mouth started watering and they came running. Meow! Quack, 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 quack. My dear hen, they said, what are you doing? I am baking a bread, the little red hen. Oh, said the three animals. Now, said the little red hen, who will help me eat this bread? Huh? Any of you want to help me eat this bread? Me, said the pig. Me, said the cat. Oh, me, said the duck. No, said the little red hen, I will eat it all by myself. And she did. And the three lazy animals did not get anything to eat. They only got to smell the bread. Well, don't you think so? That you need to do at least a little bit of hard work to get something? Okay, now. So now you've completed the story, but you can transition it directly into properly. You can ask them questions. You can ask them, what kind of work do you do at home? What kind of help do you do? What kind of food do you eat? And after the discussion, you can ask them questions from the story itself. Who was hardworking? Who helped the hen? Did any of the animals help the hen? What were the different animals' normal pastime? What would the pig do? What would the cat do? And what would the duck do? So you can ask them questions and help them to recall the lesson through the questions. So you can ask them to sequence it. So you can call out, since this story has 4 characters, you can call out 4 children and ask them to be the hen, the pig, the cat, and the duck. And you can ask them to sequence the story through the children. So who came first? What did they do? Next. So this is just to help them to go through the story once again and recall the story. You could also ask some other interesting questions which are not directly related to the story. Like I was telling you, what do they eat at home? What kind of work do they do? What are the animals they would find on an Indian farm? So one animal which is prominently missing from in this story is a cow, right? A cow is probably the most probable animal on an Indian farm. So what is the function of the different animals in the farm? Why would they have a duck? Why would they have a cat? And why would they have pigs? What do people do with them? Yeah. So different. And you can ask them about the dairy industry as such. If you think that children can talk about it, what are the different byproducts that you get from a farm? How important are farms? And then you can go on to the next section where you ask the children to write their image of a story. Write a few sentences of the story, about the story, and draw any scene that comes to their mind from the story. Now, this is a very important exercise. It again helps them to recall the story in their own imagination. The first time you did a more public recall where everyone was there and they had you were asking questions and they were giving answers, and now you're finished with that. Okay, now just calm down, listen, think for a minute, and think about what are the things that could come to your mind from this story, and Yeah, so that would be pretty much the storytelling lesson, the lesson part of it. And again, as I told you in the previous video, I am sitting down mainly for the recording, but it always is better if you are active, moving around. You can involve the children if you think you have if you will be able to control it, and have a good time.